Guys, today I'm going to show you how to make the never-ending card or the infinity card. They're super easy to make and they're really cute too. You can do all kinds of things with them. So you open it, there's 4 different ways you can open it. So you start off, fold 2, fold 3, fold 4, and then back to the beginning. So we're just going to start off with a piece of crumb cake cardstock, which is 8.5 by 11, and we're going to cut the 11 inch side into half. So we're going to cut it in 5.5. So you're going to have 2 pieces. You're only going to use 1 piece. So we're going to set the other piece aside. You're not going to need that piece. Then you're going to take your 1/2 and you're going to cut it in half to the 4 1/4 inch mark. So then you're going to have 2 equal pieces here. So you're going to take one of the pieces, which this one will be the top portion. This one here is going to be measured and scored on the 5.5 mark. So you're going to score this at 1 3/8. And you're going to score it on each side. Let me just get my cutter out of there. So you have score line there, then you flip it around and score it again at 1 3/8. So it should look like this. Then you're going to take this piece, we're going to rotate it, and we're going to cut it right in half. So your measurement here will be 4 1/4. So you're going to take and you're going to cut it at 2 1/8, and this will cut it directly in half. So you'll have 2 equal pieces, just like so. So we're going to set those aside, and we're going to measure our next piece. Now this piece here, we're going to start off on the 4 1/4 side, and we're going to score. This is going to get scored on each ends at 1 1/16, which the 1/16 is the very next line after the 1. So you just want to score it there on each end. So it'll look like that. And then you flip it and score it again at 1 1/16. Then you're going to take it and you're going to flip it so it measures out 5.5. And we're going to cut it right down the middle again, 2 3/4. And this will give you 2 equal parts. And this is going to be your bottom piece. So we're going to make sure our score lines are lined up, and we're going to butt the 2 pieces together of the bottom piece of the card. Again, this is the one that was scored at 1 1/16. So you're going to put glue on the top corners of each of these. So fast fuse or tear and tape would be the ones that I would choose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you with the tear and tape. This here, you take about 1 inch long strips, and you want to do 2 strips on each corner. And don't get them on the fold side. You want to get them off of the scored side where we're going to fold our card. Once you have your tear and tape peelings off the backings, then you're just going to line up your 2 front panels here. Make sure that they line up here. And we're going to take, and you're going to butt this right up to the corner of the one side here. Just make sure they're nice and even. And then what I'll do is I'll just check and make sure that mine's on. Okay. And then you're just going to go ahead and get this one lined up on this corner here. Just like so. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. Just going to line them up in those corners. Make sure they're nice and even. There we go. Just like so. So they're nice and even. So there's your card. So now what you're going to do is you're going to open these two panels and you're going to see your fold marks. And I like to take my bone folder and kind of just give it a nice little crease there. And then you're going to take these two flaps and open them. And you're going to crease your other fold marks, your score lines there. So there's your card. So once you have your card all made, we're going to go ahead and start to decorate it. So I just wanted to bring in the pieces that we're going to be using for this card. You're going to need 3 pieces of the Coffee Break Designer Series paper. That's all the paper I'm using here. The Designer Series is from that bundle. These ones here, they measure out 1 7/8 by 2.5. So you're going to need 3 of those. Then you're going to need 2 pieces of designer paper. These are measured at 1 by 1 3/4. You're going to need, this is Early Espresso. I've got 4 pieces of this. These are measured out at 1 1/8 by 1 7/8. Then you're going to need 8 of these cut out at 3/4 by 1. And then 4 pieces of Pool Party ribbon. These are about 3 inches long each. And then you're going to need a scrap of Pool Party paper and a scrap of crumb cake to run through your Big Shot with the die cuts. So the 2 coffee cups, I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's the little coffee cup thinlet. Fits perfectly over the coffee cup in the Designer Series paper. So that's what I use to cut these 2 out. So we're going to go ahead and start to assemble our card. So we're going to take our card with the score lines that were 1 1/16, and we're going to start and we're going to decorate this side first. So your front of your card should look like this with the 2 score lines here. So this bottom panel here, we're going to take one of our larger pieces of paper, and we're going to use, not these 2, we're going to set these 2 aside, but the one with the coffee stains, and we're just going to take some snail adhesive and just apply that to the front here, just like so. We're going to take the large coffee cup stamp outline, and we're just going to stamp it right here, and we're going to use Early Espresso to stamp that out. So you just want to stamp this up at the top here. Just like so. And then we're going to stamp on the inside, we're going to stamp happiness is a cup of coffee shared with a friend. So we're going to stamp that out in basic black. We're just going to stamp that right in the middle of that coffee cup. Just like so. So right down the side here, I just used the little coffee beans, and I'm using chocolate chip to stamp those out. So now we're going to just flip it open, and we're going to decorate the inside here. So these 2 panels here, you're going to use the Designer Series paper, and we're going to use the circle side. So we're just going to put some snail adhesive on there. And again, your crumb cake creates a nice little border. So once you have that on, I just took the little hearts that are included in your coffee bundle, your stamp set here, and the little high, and I stamped them randomly on the different circles. So I'm just using the basic black just to stamp those out. So I just kind of stamped them randomly. I didn't stamp a whole bunch of them, just a little bit. And then the 2 coffee cups, I just glued those down right in the center panel. You can put them at an angle, you can keep them straight. I'm just going to keep them straight. And then these 4 panels here, I took the little 3/4 by 1 inch, and I'm using the back side of the circles. So there's the circle side. So I'm using the little hearts. So I'm just going to glue those onto the panels here. Like so. So there's the second fold. Then we're going to open it up. So this portion here, we're going to use these pieces of designer series paper, and we're going to have the coffee beans up on top. So you're just going to take some snail adhesive, and I kind of centered one there. So that's what the third opening will look like. And then we're going to move on to the end of the card, the last opening that we're going to see. So here is where we're going to use these pieces of cardstock here. So we're going to take the coffee cup stamp with the grains in it. We're going to use Early Espresso, and we're going to stamp it on this little piece of crumb cake cardstock. So I just cut that out with the smaller coffee cup framelit. Then you're going to take your 2 pieces of Pool Party, and we're going to stamp on here. We're going to stamp in Early Espresso, and we're going to stamp out the Life Happens Coffee Helps on the bigger Pool Party. And then we're going to take the little high in the stamp set, and we're just going to stamp it right on the smaller Pool Party, just like so. So I just cut those out with the Thinlit shapes that come with the Thinlit set to this. So the next thing we're going to do is take our 4 pieces of Early Espresso, and we're going to put our ribbon on these. So what I do is I take my fast fuse, and I put just a strip of the fast fuse on each of the ends here. And then I'll take my piece of ribbon and kind of put it in the center, or wherever I want to position it, if I wanted to position it at the bottom. Then I'll wrap it around here, the front. Just make sure it looks nice. And then I'll just wrap that around. So we're just going to do this to all 4 of these. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your card, and we're going to put Life Happens Coffee Helps on the front of your coffee cup. And you can just use some snail adhesive for that. And then we're going to use some more snail adhesive here. And then your little high, we're going to just, again, snail adhesive. We're going to put that on that panel. And then these 4 panels are going to get the Early Espresso with the Pool Party ribbon on it. And I'm going to use fast fuse to anchor this down, just because it's got the ribbon on there and I want to make sure that they stick. And that's it. There's the end, and then you open it back up to the beginning. Super simple to make, super cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.